Good evening, everyone. My name's Brian Redmond. My name's Brian Redmond. The relationship rehab, and tonight we're going to be going over the mask mandate being lifted in Texas and several other states. We want to hear your thoughts about it. So please tune in, click the like button, click the share button, and let's get ready to have a funky good time.
Yeah. I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers. I don't know what you're doing. I want you to get your mouse. I want you to check me out. And I want you to check me out. Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship rehab. Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things. You know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it doing, where it can go. To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you.
Hey, look, since it's late and it ain't that many people watching right now, I feel like singing a little song. Yes, indeed. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's do this. What's good, everybody? Here I is. Now, some of you all may have heard this song before. I wish that I could be playing the music along with you guys. You can hear it, but I can do this thing by myself because this is one of my favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? Slow dance. Yes, indeed. Slow dance. I'm just going to do a few bars of this because this is my jam. And I can sing it pretty good. Hey, Mr. DJ. Why don't you slow this party down? Ooh, let's take you back. The ladies in here are fly. Yes, indeed. And there's one who's caught my eye. One who's caught my eye. I'm gonna pull her close to me. Yeah. And whisper sweet things in her ear. Oh, yeah. Night, I'm full of fire, baby. Yeah, buddy. And you're the only one my heart desires, baby. The only one I wanna slow dance with. Boy, I remember being on the dance floor and that one girl that you really liked at the party, that's the way you want to grab and slow dance on this song. You just get her close and be like, you're the only one I wanna slow dance with. I sing this to my wife all the time. All right, that's enough. I just wanted to hit y'all with that a little bit, just a few minutes. But let's get into what we came to get into. And as Big Mama would say, let's do this. All right, so first and foremost, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who joined the show tonight. Thank you guys for clicking the like button. Thank you guys who have subscribed. The subscriptions have went up a little bit, so we on our way. We're going to keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on moving all through the night. That's what we're going to do until we get it right. So thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you to all my mods for being in here tonight. I appreciate all you guys. Let me give a few shout outs to my man, Adam Davidson. He hit your boy before the show even started. Hit me with $5. Said, here's a little something to start off the show with. Cheers. Then he came right back and hit me with another 2 and said, salute to a fellow comrade who wears the uniform. Yes, indeed. We are brothers of the blue. And yes, I wore that uniform proudly for just a little bit. And then we had Miss Lady Sunday joined in, and my man Adam came back and hit me again with $1.49. Hey, I guess he's just feeling generous tonight. But I just want to say shout out to everybody. Shout out to Jax, Athena Osborne. How you been doing? I hope you've been all right. I haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to let's see, CJ Gunn, one of the best mods ever. DJ Matt. Shout out to Marie Lovely. Yes, indeed. She says, Guru, let's go. Then shout out to On It Hall. Shout out to Rulia. Shout out to Brittany. Let's see who else in here. Shout out to Smitty, C Mims. Shout out to Nikki Love. Shout out to Salima Stencil. I hope I get that right. Joe John, Tony Snow, Tony Fabulous. The Tony's up in here. What Tony? We missing one more. Did we have Tony? Let's see. And then, hey man, let me tell y'all something. I got to give a shout out to my man Derek J, who just hit your boy off with $100 in the dough. Man, I'm telling you, brother, you was on it, Doc. You was on it. Just hit your boy off ugly with the bam. Like, man, catch the replay and email you in the morning. All right, for sure. Hit me up, brother. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Everybody, please just click that like button. If this is your first time tuning in, click the subscribe button. Broward County. All right, I see you, champion. 205. It says, what K-Lo-K? I don't know what that means, but go ahead on. E-Wing 609. That's what's up. Let me go ahead and pin that to the chat because I always forget. But thank goodness to the best mods ever. There we go. We get that up top. All right, guys. So, without further ado, I'm going to move on to my favorite part of the show. Come on, baby.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
All right. That's what's up. So let's go ahead and let's move forward. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this new thing that didn't happen today. And Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and I want to say Florida, but I know those other three for sure, have all come out and lifted their mask mandates. Ain't no more mask mandates. They done went future and then went straight mask off, mask off, mask off, mask off. They done went mask off and they're like, hey, we done with this shit essentially. And people are cheering for it. And then some people are upset about it. And what I want to know is, just taking a quick poll, what do you guys think? Is now the time? Is now the time for us to do away with mask mandates? Is this a smart thing to do? Is this what's best for the whole? Is this what's best for the people for us to do away with these mask mandates? I just want to hear from you guys what people say. So my man Jay Albert said, fuck these masks. Tina Osborne says, yes, now is the time. Or should we be still wearing our masks? In some cases, people were saying a couple of weeks ago to even double, and yes, even went as far as saying triple up on the mask. So I don't know which side you guys are on. Like I said, that's why I wanted to take just a quick poll to see what you guys think. Should we have mask on, mask off, mask off, mask off, fucking mask off, mask off, mask. I don't know. What do you guys think? Well, I do know what I think, but I'm asking what you guys think about this. Is this the way that not just some of these states should be moving into, but the rest of the country? I guess for most people, it's a thing of kind of like two sides. There are people who are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. They got that mystical virus. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're just sick and tired of the mask. Then you have the other side that are people who are fearful of catching COVID-19. And they just are. They were just like, man, I don't want no part of the Rona. I don't want to catch it. I don't want to be around it. It's that thing's a killer. That's just pretty much what some people are saying, that they're fearful of the Rona, and they think we should do any and everything to protect ourselves from it. There are some people who still even think, or still even feel that the country should still be shut down because of COVID. I don't know where everybody stands with this, but for the most part, I really, and please, if you're watching this, even on the replay, comment, put something in the comment section on what your position is. You don't have to put no long ass diatribe in there, but just let me know if you're for it, if you're against it, if we should do away with it, if we should keep going, if we should double up on the mask, triple up on the mask, or whatever. So even Sheba, the desert diva, said, I wish they end this mask shit in there. So hashtag mask off. And if that's what, I mean, if you think the mask should be on, even if you guys are watching this now on the replay or whatever, just either put in the comment section mask on or hashtag mask off. What do you guys think? Because I think that the country is split on this, just like it's split on a lot of things. And I guess my thing is, what's going on, COVID? I think that COVID. She says the mask should be a personal choice. Please do not shut the country down again. We need to move forward. I totally get that. And it's like I kind of understand both sides, because when you're afraid of something or you're fearful of something, you tend to overreact, number one, and then you tend to just go all out. That's how things like Freedom Information Act came about. That's how Homeland Security came about. Just a lot of shit came about because of fear. And being fearful is one of the things I'm afraid of, is that you overreact when you are fearful, and the greater the fear, the greater the overreaction. Great point, Big Maculus said, ban cigarettes and all fast food then. Mask is fake health. Got a point. And that's why I'm so like, I was understanding about the situation. I got my position on it, and I'm gonna talk about that on tonight. But I was kind of just thinking about that. Like, I understand why people are feeling the way that they feel about it, but there is this little crazy thing. Well, these two crazy things called truth and reality of where we're at as a country and as a planet and just as people that we have to address. We have to think about, we have to acknowledge, we have to look at. You just can't curl up in a ball and just be fearful and just hope and pray that everything works out. You can't just stay stagnant in one particular position and never change that position and hope that everything will work out for you good. That's not how life works. That's not how the universe works. That's not how it things get better. That's not how things improve. So it's a lot of different facets to this. And I think that when you have situations where you have a lot of different viewpoints, and when you have a lot of different opinions, you have a lot of different feelings, I think it's the things like truth, logic, facts, and yes, science are what grounds us and what should be our anchors and our cornerstones to build the best solution possible. I think feelings are important. I truly do. But I don't think that when it comes to making decisions that affect the whole, that those should be, I guess, heavily weighted on that scale of decision making. They should be considered, but they should not be deciding factors. Well, we did this because everybody felt this way. And that's not a smart choice. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's dive right in and get this thing going. For those of you that are watching, this is a commentary. I'm going to play this video and I'm going to stop and talk in between. So, if you just want to watch the whole video, then go find it somewhere else your own damn self. But if you're going to watch it here, then hey, be prepared for the stops. What's that sign they have on buses? I make frequent stops, and on delivery trucks, I make frequent stops. That's just what this is. I make frequent stops. It's a commentary, breakdown, whatever you want to call it. Yes. Brittany says, I'm kind of ashamed of being from Texas now. See? So I guess Brittany may feel like they should keep the mask mandate going. Well, let's talk about it. And let's see what we come up with. Let's see how we feel at the end of this and see what happens. So. And there's no audio because I have the mute button going. There we go. All right. So we can start that again. Boom, bam. Get a little more volume. How does my mic sound? Volume good? Everything sounding good? Shitty? Like it normally is or what? I don't know. Y'all tell me how things are sounding.
For nearly a half a year, most businesses have been open either 75% or 50%. And during that time, too many Texans have been sidelined from employment opportunities. Too many small business owners have struggled to pay their bills. This must end. It is now time to open Texas 100%.
Now, I'm going to say this. Here's where I think this came from. I think that these governors from Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, I think they saw how them motherfuckers was partying down in Florida this past weekend with that conservative convention, and they like, man, I missed this shit. We gotta open this bitch back up. We need to be partying. Because down in Florida been open. Florida been open for what has it been? At least a few months. They like, fuck this, we open. And I guess just seeing like how it was for this for the that convention, yeah, they did right, but they pretty much didn't close, but they opened up their beaches and shit like that a long time ago. But I believe that it's been like a few months since they've been like official, like everything open. Like, we back, bitch. Let's go. And it's like, I guess this kind of like showed them like, man, we gotta open. Because the thing is this, the problem is this, we gotta fix it. Check out the justice and how they run it. Now, let me stop. But I believe that you have to understand that what has happened to this country as far as the COVID-19 thing has been unprecedented. It has been something that has never happened on this magnitude before, to where it affected our economy. It affected our way of life. it affected our entire society. It did, some shape, form, or another. Whether you're a person that got it and fell sick, whether you're a person that lost their job, whether you're a person that had to go to the hospital, or for those unfortunate ones who've actually passed away because of the comorbidities that they probably had, and then catching COVID, they just weren't able to recover. So it's like a lot of people have felt the effects of this. Shout out to my man Bolo, hit your boy with $5. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. And it's like when you have so much that has taken place, not necessarily directly related to COVID, but because of it, yes, it is a China virus. And just having the effects of that and it coming out and just impacting so much, you have to, at one point or another, say, hey, either we're going to get busy dying or get busy living. You're going to have to make a move. We've stood still as a country long enough. We really have. And yes, there are a lot of different aspects of this, but there is a ton, and I mean several heaping tons of just flat out bullshit that has been brought about because of this, and it's just been to manipulate people. People have been manipulated. We as citizens have been manipulated because of this. And I think that when we've gotten to the point to where we're either going to lose everything trying to, fight this virus thing the wrong way, as opposed to just saying we have to do what's best for us as a country, and people just have to make choices. I think that's where we need to get back to. We need to get back to the point to what our country was built on. Shout out to April Jones. Thank you so much. She hit me with $5. We have to get back to the point in this country to where we have choices as Americans. We have choices. Because my thing is this: I could care less about what all of the particulars are, what everybody's feelings are. It's about the facts. It's about what makes sense, being logical, and the truth. Truth of the matter is, masks, essentially, for the most part, the greater majority of people that are wearing masks, they're not the proper ones. So they don't work. People that are taking those little gaiters and pulling those little gaiters up, people that are wearing, people that are wearing the old True Blues, people that are wearing these, which is the majority of people that are wearing these, are those that are similar to it, or they're wearing, where the hell is my other? Yeah, there it is. Reach for it. Or people that are wearing these guys, the little cloth ones, or what they call performance masks. All of these people that are wearing these masks that are similar to this, if it is not an N95, I thought I had one of those too. I know I got one up in the ass in the other room. But those that are not wearing the N95 mask, and you're wearing one of these or one that is similar to it, you do know that that mask doesn't work. That is a fact. You can put on 2, you can put on 3, but it doesn't work. These masks, and I'm glad you said that, these masks have been more of a fashion statement as opposed to personal protective equipment. That's another fact. So it's like Sko says he has a question. How many doctors and nurses wear one mask all day? I don't know. And I would doubt it very seriously if they did. They're switching them out constantly. And if they're not, they should be. But the thing is, being in a medical environment, being around people, I understand why people want to wear them. And my point is, it should be a choice. If it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside, if it makes you feel safe, that's fine. You should wear it if you want. However, because this is America, those people that don't want to wear one should not have to. And I know people have used the hot phrases and those key phrases of this mask ain't just for me, it's for you too. This mask is for everybody. It's for us. I understand what you're saying, but what you're saying is not true because it's not working. It's not working. So people that say, well, you don't know if it's working or not. Here's the thing. We've been wearing masks for almost about a year now. Almost about a year. About a good, 10 months? Easy. The cases have still rose. Well, everybody ain't wearing them. Point being, the majority of people are. So if they worked, there would have been significant declines during the mandate. 3 months in, 6 months in, and they weren't. They were actually increasing. There were increases as far as the number of cases. And that's the other thing about this. That's one of the true telltale signs of this being over exaggerated and us being manipulated. Do you realize that they talk about the cases more than the deaths? Did you hear that? They talk about, you hear the number of cases more than you hear the number of deaths. The number of deaths are not direct COVID deaths. They are COVID related. There's another fact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to just keep going with the facts and this truth. I'm sorry to do that. But when you're talking about why we're doing what we are doing as a country, we are putting a mandate on our entire society and way of life. We've shut down our economy. We've totally derailed, sidelined, pit stopped, whatever you want to call it, our entire way of life. You have to look at the facts of what we're doing and why and what the effects are. And that's definitely one of them. One of the effects of it is that we are just being told a bunch of hype numbers to make the situation bad. So what's the number now? Is it 500,000 deaths that are COVID related? Is that, if I'm not mistaken? I stopped counting or following the death toll for a while. So the number of deaths, which is 500,000 or more or something like that, over 500,000. Y'all do know, even though those are related, that over 600,000 people die of cancer every year. And that's not a pandemic. So we have not even touched, or we are just now getting close to touching. Actually, I think I got a little counter thing going here. Let me see. Hold up. Wait. Let me see if I got my, yes, it's on here. See if I can look at the dashboard to see what the death total is in the Americas. Where are you? Where are you? Yep, 509,000 deaths. 28 million cases. Almost, 28,294,809 confirmed cases as of right now, live and direct today. You look at the cases compared to the deaths alone. What are we really talking about here? Are they important? Yes. Is it a concern? Absolutely. But we have far more things that are killing us at those rates or greater than what we're doing to prevent that kind of stuff, as opposed to what we are doing to prevent this. The fact that they tell you things like this virus, we gonna beat this virus. Newsflash, you never beat a virus. We ain't beat the flu. I'm just saying. We have not beaten the flu. The flu kicks our ass every year. That's a fact. It comes in, fucks us up real quick for the flu season, and be like, peace, I'll see y'all next flu season. That's it. So it's like when we're talking about this kind of stuff, you have to keep the perspective of saying, yeah, I understand what they're saying, but what's the facts of actually what's happening?
Everybody who wants to work should have that opportunity. Every business that wants to be open should be open. Now, let me tell you why now is the right time to do this. Texas is far better positioned now than when I issued my last executive order back in October. And we are in a completely different position than when I issued my first executive order last March.
Yep.
Back then, hardly any Texan knew what PPE was. Now we have an abundance of it. Early on, there were no COVID tests. Now we have the ability to do well over 100,000 COVID tests per day. When COVID first ravaged our communities, there were no medicines to treat it. But now we have antibody therapeutic drugs to treat COVID and to keep people out of hospitals. In fact, as you all know, I was
but I ain't
with
gonna
the
get into
mayor and
that.
I was with the chancellor as well as other Lubbock leaders when we formally announced the rolling out of these antibody therapeutic drugs and making them available in large-scale process to people in Lubbock as well as people across the entire state of Texas. And we also have multiple medical advancements that help Texans heal and, importantly, help keep Texans out of hospitals. And last March, most Texans had no clue about the precautions needed to avoid COVID. Now, Texans have mastered the daily habits to avoid getting COVID. But most importantly now in Texas and across the country, we now have vaccines to protect Texans from COVID.
Now, with that being said, as far as the vaccines that they have and all that kind of stuff, the vaccines are just, they don't know if they actually work. There have been rumors about saying that the vaccine is only good for 3 months. And then people are going to have to get vaccinated again. But here's one of the things I thought about, and I said, well, if they're saying that this vaccine works, then how often will we have to get vaccine? And then the other question is, when is or when does COVID season start? Is it a year-round thing? Or what? Does anybody know? I mean, my thing would be if it's a derivative of the flu, if it's a flu type of vaccine, flu type of virus, then it would have a season. So it's like, why would it be a thing of just saying, well, the people that are getting it now, right? People that are getting it now, they're going to get it later. They're going to continue to get it. So then how can you really count the deaths if the deaths aren't actually from the virus? How does that work? How does that actually work? If the people that they're saying are dying, because it's all basically just saying if you're people that are dying in that number, that 500,000, those are COVID related. So you don't even know if COVID played a part in it. I get it, but based on what based on what they're saying, like Shah just said, it's never going to end. So then are we just in a continuous cycle of vaccine? And getting vaccinated? We're just in a continuous cycle. Like every 3 months you got to go take it. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. That's just like saying you got to take a flu shot, every 3 months, every year, but you can still get the flu. So it's like those are the questions that you have to ask just to say, well, let's look at the reality of this thing. If it's never ending, which they're saying like it's not, they're saying the cases go down, the cases go up, the cases go down, cases go up. But people are steady dying. They steady adding to this death toll. When does that get reset? They only tracked H1N1 1 year. We're now just at 1 year, or a little bit over, for this virus. So, how does that work? You see where I'm going with this, to where it's like it's just one of those things to where you're counting this. Do you recount it? Do you reset the counter and start over again? Or how do you do this? What is it that we're going to actually be able to look at this data and see what's actually the facts of it, to say this is where we're at? So that's why I say this. Because we don't know, because we aren't 100% sure on either side, why not allow us to make a choice? If I get to choose to take the flu shot or not, that's my choice. If I choose to take a shot for bird flu, it should be my choice. And that's all I'm saying. I want Americans to be able to choose. Choose if you're taking the shot. Choose if you're wearing a mask. Choose if you want to social distance. Whatever the case may be, you should get to choose it. And the reason why I say that is because that's how it has been with everything else. That's how it's been with everything else. So why would you change it now, other than to try to control society? You want to impose your will, because even the politicians who set the policies, who actually enforce the actual mandates, they were some of the main ones to actually break the mandate, violate the policy. So why would we say, if I'm telling you guys to do this and to wear this, don't go here, be this far apart, and then I turn around and do the exact opposite? I'm choosing to do what the hell I want to do, while I'm holding you responsible and accountable for not doing what I tell you to do. How does that work? That's some good old-fashioned do as I say and not as I do shit. And if that's how you raising your kids, that's on you. But the last time I checked, ain't not one of you motherfucking politicians my mama or my daddy. So I should be able to choose.
We're going to begin tonight with breaking news on the White House's new vaccine timeline and those major rollbacks of coronavirus restrictions. As we come on the air tonight, the governors of Texas and Mississippi say they are lifting nearly all of their state's coronavirus restrictions and mask mandates in the coming days. Now, despite new warnings that the U.S. could soon face a deadly fourth surge of the virus. Now, those moves come less than a day after the
A fourth surge. So brings me back to my point. This technically will never end, because there's technically no confirmed way to see who dies from COVID. There's no way to confirm it. Say, hey, nope, this person actually died from it. They can't confirm that. So this essentially is going to keep going on. There is no stop. There is no end. There is no, we're going to beat this thing. We're going to beat the virus. You can't beat a virus. It's mutating. So if it's mutating, how can you stop it? If it's CV19 1.2, CV19.3, CV19.5, you can't stop it. That's the whole purpose of a virus. It mutates. Thank you. It constantly mutates. So the dumbasses that were fucking around with this shit, the dumbasses that were doing this shit, playing around, they all knew it. So we have something that's here to stay. It ain't going no goddamn way. So if it's not going nowhere, and we can't really determine who's actually dying from it, then it's always going to be this gray area that we're painting, this gray picture that we're painting consistently. It's never going to change. So just like the common cold. Do you know how many people die of the common cold every year? No. Do you know how many cases of the common cold there are every year? You can ballpark it. Do you know who got it, who don't? Do you know who the asymptomatic people are? You don't. Common cold is here. That's why they call it the common cold. It is that common to where people are going to constantly catch it every year. How come we didn't wear masks for that? How come we didn't shut down the economy for that? Same thing with pneumonia. Plenty of people die from pneumonia. I think it's something like 60,000 people die every year of pneumonia. Well, they can actually confirm it and say yes. So what are we actually trying to do? We're literally talking about counting or tracking something that essentially we can't track or count. We can just say this person got it with this test. We can say that they have it, but we can't count because we can't test everybody all the time. We don't know who has it and who don't. I could have it right now and not show any symptoms. I've been around dozens of people who've had it and I haven't had it yet. I could have had it and didn't know it. That's the point. So it's like, what are we actually talking about?
Said she was deeply concerned that lifting regulations would cause the country to completely lose hard.
And how would the CDC be deeply concerned? And they were the ones saying that the mask didn't work. Y'all do know that, right? That's a fact. They actually came out and said, yeah, the mask ain't working. They actually came out and said, we shouldn't have took the kids out of school. They actually were the ones that said just that. Yeah, that shit we was telling y'all to do, well, that shit ain't working. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. You play the guitar on your MTV. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Get your mask for nothing and your COVID for free. That's exactly what was happening.
Earned ground in the fight against COVID. Now, at the same time tonight here in Washington, President Biden just moved up his timeline to get the country vaccinated, promising that his administration will now have enough supply of vaccine by the end of May for all adults in the U.S. to get their shots. That's
a great question, Deb. Deb's death insurance said, whatever happened to HIV? HIV is still here. HIV is managed now with medicine. People that get HIV now, they don't have that death sentence that they used to have. People used to get HIV and they used to have a death timeline of, hey, 2 to 5 years, it's a wrap, buddy. Not anymore. You can take these pills, you can take this medicine, you can take this pill regimen every single day, and you can still live with this virus. You'll never get rid of it. You can still transmit it, but you can still have it. So you see, it's even in California, they changed the law to where it's like it ain't considered no death sentence no more. So I ain't even got to tell you I got it, and I can give it to you and just keep it moving. That's how prevalent that shit was out there, out west. Congratulations, West Coast, California. That many people were getting it and giving it who knew they had it, but were not saying a goddamn thing, and was just like, yep. To the point to where they passed a law to say, well, you can't really sue over that here no more. So when you get something, and there's always a thing with just following the money. When you look at all of this, when it's all said and done, who's getting paid from this? The medical industry. They're getting all the money. Who do the medical industry employ? Politicians. They got them all pretty much in their back pockets, some form, shape, form, or fashion. So when you look at where the money is going, when you look at who's getting out of all of this, economy shut down, people lost their jobs, all of we in need of so many stimulus packages and all that stuff. Who's actually getting money hand over fist? The people that are making the masks, the people that are making all of the tests, the people that are actually making the vaccines, the people that are actually making the PPE equipment. All of those people ain't skipped a beat. Their business has doubled, tripled, quadrupled. Here's what it is. Now look at all of the companies that help those companies do what they do. You got factories now that are working 24/7. They're working overtime. Those people are making that much money to where they can pay it. They converted a factory or something like that to make. Then they convert an auto factory into making PPE equipment. It's like people that made all of the ventilators, all of the medical facilities. They've all benefited from this. The nurses working insane amount of hours. There was already a nursing shortage, but now they're making so much money, it's ridiculous because they're in such high demand. Nurses can essentially freelance for 2 to 3 times their salary now because there's so many people that are sick, so many people that are in the hospital, so many people that are coming in to get tests, so many people that are coming in for this, coming in for that, seeing if they got it, seeing if they don't. It's so much money being made.
Months earlier than his original target. The president says that's now possible because of an unprecedented $100 million deal with the drug maker Merck, which just agreed to help its rival Johnson & Johnson produce that company's new one-shot vaccine.
Did you hear that? Merck, Johnson & Johnson's rival, just agreed to help their rival make the vaccine. It's that much money involved. They bring in the medical beefing gangs together.
Plus, we have some new details tonight about the goal Mr. Biden just set to get all teachers and school workers their first shots. So there's a lot of important headlines for you and your family tonight. We've got our team of correspondents covering them all. CBS's Janet Shamlian is going to lead off our coverage from Houston, Texas. Good evening, Janet.
Nora, the Johnson vaccine arriving at vaccination sites like this one is a game changer, but it's coming as COVID restrictions are being canceled. Here in Texas, it's back to business in just 8 days, in a state where the infections per capita are among the highest in the U.S.
On the ground and into arms. But as the first Johnson & Johnson vaccines are delivered and administered, the Texas governor late today announced he's rolling back all COVID restrictions.
It is now time to open Texas 100%. Also, I am ending the statewide mask mandate.
And the Lone Star State is not alone.
This new order removes all of our county mask mandates and allows businesses to operate at full capacity.
Public health officials warn it's too much too soon.
If we lift the restrictions now, we're just asking for another wave.
And here's the thing with that. How has the mask prevented the spread? And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying, just think about it. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying it's going to increase the spread. Over the past year, how many times has the spread increased? While there was mask mandates. That's all I'm saying. Like, let's just say, hey, let's say 1 + 1 = 2. How many times has there been New York, Chicago, Texas, California, Florida, all of these big metropolises that numbers who have gone through the roof, skyrocketed, doubled, high standard. Remember when you look at that fucking map they had on Good Morning America every day, where it showed the hot spots, the red states who got the most COVID, all of them at that time when they were at their peaks had mask mandates. So if it's a thing, I'm saying, well, people ain't following the mask mandates. So if they're not following it, it's not working. If they are following it, it's still not working. The point is this. It's not working. So if that's the case, this actually wouldn't matter one way or the other. Because the increasing cases, even though you may have an increase in cases, you have an increase in deaths, it's not even close to being a direct correlation of just saying, oh, well, because it's this many cases, we get this many people going to be dying, it's going to triple, it's going to double. It won't happen. 28 or 20, what was it, 29 million? 28 million? 500,000. That's not like, oh man, well, they're so close together. If you take every 28 million and say out of every 28 million, it's going to be 500,000 that's going to die. If I told you, look, you can either take this check for $28 million or you can take this check for $500,000. You're going to look at me like I'm a goddamn fool. Say, why would you even offer the 500,000 when you sitting here showing me 28 million? Hey Siri, what's 28 million divided by 500,000?
28 million divided by 500,000 is 56.
56 times. The numbers don't lie. Even back when it was 200,000. And it's not even a true number. This is a highly inflated number. So even if you want to use that and say, hey, these numbers are highly inflated, they're not accurate, it still pales in comparison to the cases, which also pales in comparison to the total population. Hey Siri, what's 28 million? Nope, I'm sorry. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. This bitch is something else. Hey Siri. What's 320 million divided by 28 million?
320 million divided by 28 million is about 11.4285.
11 times. 56 times. Just look at the numbers, man. Look at the numbers. $28 million cases, not deaths, cases versus 320 million people. It's actually more than that, but it's fine. So you're talking over 11 times the amount of people that are here are suffering as a whole compared to the amount of cases. Not even talking about the deaths. Hey Siri, what's 320 million divided by 500,000?
320 million divided by 500,000 is 640.
640. Do you hear that? Do you hear me? Are you listening to me? And I see what you said, Anthony T. Biz. I'm not going to even get into the fatality rate and the percentages of the people, the ages of people, how much that plays a part into it. Because then we're just talking about really old people versus shutting down the entire economy and the entire country. So I'm just saying it should be this, because I'm not one of those people that's just going to be totally extreme and say, do away with all this shit, fuck it, just go out. No, let's be smart. The smart thing is this. If you feel as though you are high risk, stay your ass at home and wear your mask. Everyone else, children, teenagers, young adults, middle-aged adults, people that are under 60, 50, if you have comorbidities, you got high blood pressure, you got a diabetes, you got whatever else, stay your ass at home too. Everyone else, you should have the choice to go out into the world, to go work your job, to go to your restaurants, to go to your clubs, and go everywhere else you want to go. Because as long as I'm in the house, if I feel as though my life could be threatened or my life could be in jeopardy because I'm high risk, if I'm in the house, it's the safest place for me. Not being in Walmart with a mask on ain't gonna help me. If I need groceries, get them delivered. If I need food, I get it delivered. Delivered. So you see how that right there, what I just explained, is what we call common ground. Yes. My extreme left liberals listen to that. My extreme right conservatives listen to that. That's what we call common ground. It's called meeting in the middle. It's called doing what's best for everyone. You give them the choice. You want to work from home? You want to stay sheltered in place? Go right ahead. Don't make me though. I'm Teflon Don with this shit. I look at COVID in the face and be like, you got nothing on me. You got nothing. What do you got? You got nothing. You got nothing. That's what I'm just saying. That's just me. But I'm not going to tell somebody else who got all this extra shit going on to take their ass outside and do what I'm doing. No. But don't stop me from doing what I'm doing.
When we get another wave, people die.
Every time we get another wave, people die. This is what I just call gaslighting, just to the utmost. You're just saying shit to scare people. Every time we get another wave, people die. Motherfucker, every time you go out and somebody goes out on the highway, somebody dies. What the hell are you talking about? Right now, somebody's dying. Every time some employee goes to work, every time a nurse goes to the hospital to work, somebody dies. Every day, somewhere in the world, somebody dies. That's a fact. There is no way to stop people from dying. Every time somebody hops on a plane, they could die. Every time you go to Walmart, you could die. Right. Every time there's a protest, somebody could die. Every time there's a riot, a summer of rioting, people die. Rest in peace, Dr. Seuss. What happened to Dr. Seuss? He died. Shout out to my homeboy Gio, and my man Bud homeboy, Worm. Year ago, he died. People who have high blood pressure, what happens? They die. People who have cancer, they die. Kobe Bryant got in a helicopter, he died. It's the truth. It's sad. You don't want it to happen, but it is life. People go out in their vehicles every day. They die. They get in their motorcycles. They die. They get old. They die. Niggas in Chicago every weekend. Gang violence. Young people die. In a month last year in Chicago, 21 kids under the age of 17 in 1 month died. Walking while black, you ain't gonna die. You might get locked up, you might get robbed, or you might get killed by another nigga, but you ain't gonna necessarily die. But you can. Right. People who use drugs, they die.
At the time to be lifting our restrictions. The finish line may be in view.
The restrictions being lifted, it's not going to change a damn thing. There's still going to be cases, just like there's been cases, and there's still going to be deaths, just like there've been deaths. There's not going to be, oh man, the deaths have doubled in the past 30 days. It's not happening.
There yet.
Yet it's happening across the country. Massachusetts is now allowing restaurants to open at full capacity, plus live performances. On Wednesday, San Francisco will allow indoor dining for the first time in months. And in Chicago, bars and restaurants can stay open until 1 a.m.
Because people are still adhering to the public.
Boy, that is one of just the most homeliest, unattractive. I know she is dyke, but god damn. That motherfucker, I tell you, she looked like she's holding on to the ring. Cause it seems like every time I see her, she's getting worse. The ring is just taking its toll on her. It is such a heavy load to carry. Froto. It is such a heavy load. Oh, poor Gollum. She was once called Schmeagol, and now she's only known as Gollum. Jesus Christ. Look at her.
It makes
It's
all
such
the
a
difference
heavy
in the
load.
world.
Mayor Lightfoot, you should give the ring to Sam. Let him carry it for a while, just to lighten the load. It is such a heavy burden.
On the vaccine front, a major announcement today from the White House.
We also invoked the Defense Production Act. This is the type of collaboration between companies we saw in World War II.
Pharmaceutical giant.
Which you was at about maybe 30 during that time. This dude, I'm telling y'all, it's been so hard for me not to go in on this dude like I really want to, because I promise y'all, I'm trying to hold true to my word and just stay off this dude's ass for 100 days. It is hard, man. I'm watching everybody else talk about this dude. I'm watching all the videos. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm really trying to give him an honest chance. I am. I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I possibly can. But I'm telling you, on May 1st, y'all gonna hear from me.
Rivals now teaming up. Merck & Company, which failed to create its own vaccine, agreeing to mass-produce Johnson & Johnson's, substantially increasing doses.
We're now on track to have enough vaccine supply for every adult in America by the end of May.
The race to step up vaccinations coming as new COVID variant cases are on the rise.
It is really a call.
Did you hear that? New COVID varying cases are starting to arrive. So that means not only has it mutated, but the mutation is already here. It's already here. So then, in just being factual, and just looking at the facts and looking at the science, what happens with the flu? Every year you take a flu shot or flu vaccine, and you hope that the flu vaccine that you have is to basically give you the flu vaccine, to give you the flu virus so that you can fight off the virus that they think is going to happen. So they say, hey, we believe this is the strain of flu that's out right now. We're going to give you this virus that has the antibodies to fight it. Here you go. Hopefully that works. If that flu vaccine is off and those are not the right ones, that's your ass. You're going to get it anyway, shot or not. That's just how it goes. So if this is what they're saying, this is what happens with a virus, same thing's happening with this, with COVID. That shot that you're getting, that you're lining up for, that everybody and their mama's trying to make now so they can sell it, that you're getting from the government, that your insurance is paying for, that the government's paying for, your tax dollars is paying for, it's essentially is not going to work and can be obsolete by the time you get it. That's the fact, and that's the science behind it, because it's already mutated. So essentially, we're kind of like we just passed into year 2 of this. That's why when they talk, it's even a more deadlier version in Pittsburgh. It's even a more, wherever they said it was, more deadlier version already here. So what they're giving you shots for now could not only be useless in 90 days, but could also be the wrong vaccine for the wrong strand of the virus.
To wake us up. While we're getting fatigued, these variants will take any opportunity to succeed if we give it to them. And so we just cannot give them that opportunity.
And you hear how that right there is a lie. You can't stop the variants because you can't stop the virus. Anybody that tells you that you can stop this virus, they go stop this virus, they are flat out fucking lying. They're making shit up. There is no way to stop it. Can't you see that? 28 million cases? There is no way to stop it. There is no way to stop it. So why are you lying saying that you can if you just wear these masks a little bit longer? Because I know everybody's fatigued, but if we just hold on, we can win and beat this virus. You can't. We can't even beat the fucking flu. We can't beat the common cold. You can't beat it. All you're trying to do is just manage it as best you can. And a mask ain't helping you one way or the other to do that. Just like this dumbass got on too. He's probably had it.
Also tonight, President Biden directing all states to prioritize teachers. He wants every educator to have had their first shot by the end of this month. Nora?
That's incredible news. All right, Jana Chamlian, thank you.
So all I'm saying is just to look at where we're at and be real with it. Now, I want you to take a look at this guy. Oh, damn it. I forgot to stretch out the, there we go. Take a look at this guy. This is the mayor of Houston. Now, before we do this, I want to just show you how this guy thinks. Because he is on the other side of this saying we should still be wearing our masks, still be doing this. Make no sense that we doing this. I don't know why we doing this. Let me show you just how smart this guy is. Now, this is back when the actual the mandates, the stay at home, shelter in place just first started. This what this, and I did a video about that. I did a show about this. That's why I had this video pretty much already ready. Here's what this motherfucker said in reference to the people that were committing crimes because the police weren't responding to petty theft and all that type of shit no more. They weren't responding to crimes because of COVID. Here's what this guy said on how to fix that.
Until the coronavirus is resolved, criminals take a break. Okay? Stay home. Okay? Stay home.
This is a press
conference. Don't
conference.
commit any crimes. And that way, they'll stay safe and out of jail. And police officers will stay safe and can go home to their families. Okay? So everybody chill. Crooks, criminals, you chill. Wait till the coronavirus is over. Okay?
That's what the fuck he said. This is an elected, I say elected public official. Yeah, he probably related to Pharrell some kind of way. This is Pharrell Williams' uncle, who is the mayor of Houston. That's what his advice was for the criminals, because crime was at such a high uptick in Houston because of the state shelter in place mandate that took place. That's what he said. That's what his advice was to the uptick in crime in his fucking city. So your citizens are victims of crimes to the point to where police are not responding to those crimes. Somebody came and beat your ass, you can fill out a report online. We'll follow up when we can. That's literally what they were telling me. Somebody broke in your house and stole all your shit 10 minutes ago. Go online, fill out a report. We'll try to get to it as soon as we can. You need the police to come to your house now because we not coming. Sorry. I shit you not. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. And here's his advice, because they asked him, hey, man, motherfuckers are running. The city is fucking in fucking turmoil. The criminals are going the fuck off because y'all said publicly on the news that we ain't responding to this bullshit no more. Unless it's a murder, we ain't coming. Unless somebody's life is in jeopardy in the moment, we not coming. And when the criminals heard that, they said, oh, they ain't coming. And they started stealing shit, breaking into motherfuckers' houses, taking all kind of shit. That's what they started doing. And this motherfucker gets on TV, holds a press conference live, and this is what he said.
Till the coronavirus is resolved, criminals take a break. Okay? Stay home. Okay? Stay home. And don't commit any crimes. And that way, they'll stay safe and out of jail. And police officers will stay safe and can go home to their families. Okay? So everybody chill. Crooks, criminals, you chill. Wait till the coronavirus is over. Okay?
By his logic, we still waiting, ain't we? By his logic and based on the facts that we know about viruses, that would never happen, sir. Sylvester, Mr. Turner. If we listen to Sylvester Turner, that will never happen. So basically what you're telling us is, I'm not stopping this shit. Y'all go on ahead, criminals, and get it the fuck in. I got a police detail around me 24/7, so ain't nobody gonna do shit to me. So fuck y'all. Criminals, chill. Hey, I got some guys outside breaking into my car. Tell them the mayor said for them to chill, man. It's COVID. Hey, you guys, stop breaking into that lady's house. Didn't y'all hear the mayor? The mayor said to chill until the COVID is over. Then y'all can go back to doing this shit, man. It's COVID. Don't break into nothing. Don't go steal nothing. Hey, dude, would you stop whooping that dude's ass? Hey, man, stop beating up on that dude. The mayor said to chill. Y'all heard Sylvester on TV yesterday? He said to chill until this COVID thing is over. What's wrong with y'all? You motherfuckers don't listen? Jeez. As my auntie would say, Jesus. He said chill. Relax. Don't commit any crimes right now because it's COVID. We're going to put all crime on hold until this COVID thing is over. Then y'all can go back to doing what y'all was doing. That's basically what he's saying. Do you see how these stupid motherfuckers, they have the audacity to insult you like this? People actually voted for this fucking dude. And he had the fucking balls to come on TV and say those words. And didn't bat an eye. He didn't bat an eyebrow either, because I don't know where the fuck this nigga eyebrows is at. But he didn't bat an eyebrow or an eye. He didn't even raise an eyebrow to say, hey, this don't sound right. Hey, Jack. Nope. This no eyebrow having ass nigga just came out here and said, hey, y'all chill. We'll get back to crime in a few weeks.
The coronavirus.
Where this nigga eyebrows at? And his butt. That nigga just sat in the barber chair and said, yeah, go ahead and shave me up, but then take away my beard, my mustache, and my eyebrows. Just clean all this up. I want all this gone. All right, boss, I got you. Nigga just kept on with the line and like, hey, man, don't start that line from here. Yep, just razor these off and razor off this, and I'm done.
Okay?
That's what
Stay
this
home.
dude said. Stay home.
Okay?
Okay?
Stay home.
Joking.
And don't commit any crimes. Hey,
y'all stay home.
And that
Okay?
way, they'll stay safe and out of jail. And police officers will stay safe and can go home to their families. Okay? So everybody chill. Crooks, criminals, you chill. Wait till the coronavirus is over. Okay?
That's what this dude said. Stay home.
And don't commit any crimes.
Okay?
And don't commit any crimes.
Y'all stay home.
And that
Okay?
way, they'll stay safe and out of jail.
Yeah.
And police officers will stay safe.
And
can
police
go home to
officers
their
stay
families.
safe and go home.
Okay?
That's right.
So
Okay.
everybody chill.
Chill.
Crooks, criminals, you chill.
Crooks, criminals,
Wait till the coronavirus is over.
wait till coronavirus
Okay.
is over. Chill. Y'all chill. Okay? All right? Like Hop and Bob. This just don't y'all get this right. This is COVID. You know, all y'all criminals and shit, y'all drug addicts and shit, you crackheads, you know, don't y'all go out and get high and steal shit. Just chill, okay? All right? Just, you know, give it some time, give it a few weeks, and, you know, we just chill. Take a break, all right? Yeah, take a break. Crooks and criminals, just chill until this corona thing is over. All right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Nigga like Rudy off of Fat Albert. Yeah, all y'all crooks and y'all criminals out here, y'all just chill. Stupid motherfucker. That's a goddamn insult. Now listen to this motherfucker here.
Let me start off by saying that today we are reporting 408 new cases in the city of Houston, people who have come down with the virus, and we're reporting five more people who have died from COVID-19.
Y'all hear that? 408 new cases. 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deaths. Your comments are not being deleted, Lewis. That's all I'm saying. 408 cases, 5 people died. 5 people died. Okay.
And I want to say that because it underscores why the decision, the statements by the governor simply, statements do not make sense. Yesterday, there were over 900 people who came down with this virus, and there were several more deaths every single day. In fact,
hundreds of cases, several deaths. Do you see how they keep bringing that number up of cases to try to make it seem like it's more or that it's worse? We don't count how many people catch the common cold. We don't count how many people catch the flu. We only count the deaths.
I can recall when we have reported on any given day where there have not been people dying from the coronavirus.
Oh, I promise you, out of that 5 people, out of the 408 that cases, out of those 5 people, I bet you probably 4 of them were over the age of 65.
Look, I'm very disappointed by the decision of the governor. Quite frankly, to put it in very stark terms, it makes no sense. You know, are we making progress in getting our arms around this virus? Absolutely. Have the number of hospital admissions come down dramatically? Yes. At one point in time, in the last 30-some days, 2,300 people in hospitals. This morning when I looked, the number was a little above 1,200. But the positivity rate that we announced yesterday was 11.8%. The goal is to get it down to 5% or below and keep it down, to crush the virus. We are not there yet. We're not there.
And how do masks get us there? That's all I'm saying. How do masks get us there? They haven't. They won't, because they don't work because we're wearing the wrong ones. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to tell you that. I know a lot of people don't want to believe it. But all of y'all out here with your rhinestone masks, with your Black Lives Matter masks, with your masks that got all your little fancy designs and shit on it, those masks don't work. And can y'all please stop talking about Lewis's comments being deleted? Please. Please. It is not that pressing. No, I haven't seen anybody deleting his comments. If somebody was, stop it. But it is not code 10, get the chains off the doors. Lewis' comments have been deleted. 3 of his comments have been, clutch the pearls. Stop the presses. All the people commenting, chill. Chill until this COVID thing is over. Then we can find out what happened to Lewis's comments. But for now, take a break. Motherfuckers going off and off about that shit. Hey, fuck. Just put the shit back up there, man. God damn. Right. If y'all was putting in there about that like button as much as y'all put in there about Lewis comments being deleted, then we be some goddamn well. Shit. But I'm just saying, it's not working. We're talking about trying to be offended or speaking against something that actually isn't working. Yeah, all these people that done got shot, we've been trying to stop the gunshots by putting cotton in the gunshot wounds. We've run out of cotton and trying to get some more cotton, but the governor just banned cotton picking. So the fact that all these niggas can't pick this cotton no more, we can't fill these bullet holes with this cotton that we've been using to stop to help with slow the bleeding of the cotton. Of the blood and with the cotton balls. Like, what the fuck?
Yet. And so what the governor's pronouncement to end the statewide mask order next Wednesday, to go to 100% in terms of our businesses, it really undermines all of the sacrifices that have been made by medical professionals.
What sacrifices have been made? People are working their jobs and getting fucking paid. That's not a sacrifice. Those people didn't have to go to work. Quit your job. Quit your fucking job if that's the case. They're not making any more sense. And that was my whole thing with this whole essential thing. Certain people are essential, other people not. Everybody's fucking essential. Everybody, every fucking American in this country that has a job, it is an essential job. Name me one job we can do without. Because every person who has a job has a fucking family. And that job is essential to that family. That job is essential to the mental stability of that person. That job is a resource for that person. That job is a resource for that person's family, for that person's kids, for that person's loved ones. So how the fuck can you decide who's essential and who's not? Just because I serve the public don't mean that my job ain't essential. I mean, but just because I don't serve the public doesn't mean that my job is not essential. Yes, a prostitute job is essential. It's essential to her. It's essential to her clients. I tell you what, ACG stereo man. You go without sex for the mask ban for COVID. No sex for you. And you tell me what type of person you gonna be. Not to say that you can't do it, but you tell me what kind of person you gonna be. Modeling is essential to that which is being modeled. Clothes are essential. Models sell clothes. Clothing is one of the 3 basic needs in this country. Whether you modeling motherfucking Garanimals or whether you modeling Versace. Just saying. It's not a thing of you. It's about what perspective or what perspective you're looking at it from. Just like, how is weed essential? Weed is essential. They said alcohol, liquor stores were essential. Liquor being sold is a business. That's why I said, because you don't have to have liquor to fucking survive. What the fuck kind of shit is that? But there are people who have liquor businesses who need to sell liquor in order to survive. It is essential to them. Which is why all jobs are essential. That's why shouldn't nobody, politicians, preachers, whoever, should not get the opportunity or have the option or have the power to decide what's essential and what ain't. Because there's a group of people that suffer from people making those decisions. Sex toys are essential to those that are in the sex toy industry. I'm telling you, you can take this shit any way you want to go. Because when you take that business away or you shut down that particular business, there are people who suffer directly and indirectly from it. There are lives that can be lost because of it. Everybody is essential, from the goddamn grocery store bagger to the goddamn CEO of your average fucking Fortune 500 company. Right. Kev 504 said New Orleans would stop without drinks. Those are the things that we have to think about when we're talking about the type of economy that we have. You look at third world countries. You look at tourist countries. Look at Jamaica. The amount of and you're talking about indirectly because of all this COVID shit, because of all of this pandemic shit. Flights have stopped. Trips have come to a fucking damn near grinding halt. People were only taking trips for necessity. And some weren't traveling at all. For the longest time. So people ain't going to these other countries to spend money because they don't have jobs, which means they can't afford the trips. So those other countries are suffering. Their economies are suffering now. Or have suffered. Ain't that sacrifice? It all plays a role directly or indirectly. Just saying. I mean, look, and I understand you with the joke you making, Rulia. But you think about the people who make the sex toys. Now they don't have a job because they've been shut down. Think about the people who sell the sex toys. They don't have product to sell. Think about the people who buy the sex toys. They don't have a job, so they don't have money to buy the sex toy that's being made at the sex toy factory. Then the people who use the sex toys. For those of you who don't know, sex is a stress reliever. Busting a nut can save a life. Male and female. Tell me I ain't lying. So when you're talking about how this shit plays, you determining, well, that ain't necessity, or that is necessity. That ain't. No. It's all necessity. Because every job that we have is a necessity to our economy. Our economy is how we thrive. It is how we survive. It's how we live. Just saying. That's just what it is. So it's all important.
Nurses, EMS workers, firefighters, police officers, municipal workers, people in the community, a lot of sacrifices that have been made at every single level. It just works against, minimizes all of those efforts. And it's the third time when the governor has stepped in, when things were going in the right direction, made a decision, and things got worse. If you can recall, at the end of April, things were trending in the right.
Have things gotten worse in Florida? Have things gotten worse in Florida? How bad off is Florida? Just saying. You take Florida and compare it to New York. You take Florida and compare it to California. You take Florida and compare it to Illinois. You take Florida and compare it to Michigan. It's clear cut. Surviving, thriving. All of those fucking states are crying and complaining and begging, hoping that they can get some type of government bailout. Meanwhile, Florida on and popping and did not touch a dime of their state's rainy day fund. That's a fact. So you tell me the moves that Florida made, the things that Florida did and put in place, the way that Florida acted, because they were one of the first ones that were of a large population to make the move to open. Look at them now. Look at them now. The numbers don't lie, man. They don't lie. They didn't have to spend a dime of their emergency funds because they said, all right, fuck this. We need to make some motherfucking real make sense moves. We need to get some real shit going here. Thriving like a motherfucker. While New York is all but bankrupt. Chicago, all but bankrupt. Broke than a motherfucker. Don't know how they gonna make it. Don't know what they're struggling so bad. It's like they're hoping and praying that they get this motherfucking bailout money, because if they don't know what they're gonna do. Do I think Texas should use their rainy day fund for energy? I think that Texas needs to, number one, go ahead and admit that the people that were in charge fucked the whole entire state over. And then they need to take a page out of some of the up north infrastructure books, because you don't need to mimic what Chicago and Michigan and New York is doing as far as infrastructure when it comes to being able to deal with this type of weather, because this type of weather comes around, every 30, 40 years. But there are certain things that they can do and should do to make things, have things shored up to where we can survive this type of weather again. So I think that our good ass motherfucking federal government should step in, and I think the state should use some of their funds to shore that up. Absolutely. If we can give money, if our government can give money to bail out the fucking banks If our government can give money to bail out the goddamn auto industry, if our government can give money to bail out all of these fucking broke ass states that's mismanaging their funds, they can damn sure help us in Texas shore up our fucking infrastructure. Fuck what you heard. If we can give money, if we can give 25 million to fucking Pakistan to do fucking gender research, transgender research, then you goddamn right they can give some money to us. If we can give hundreds of $1 million, billions of dollars that we're giving to other fucking countries for foreign aid, they goddamn well can give fucking some millions or billions, whatever the fuck they can, to goddamn Texas. Yes. Oh yeah, go look that up. That last bill that just passed, that, what was it, $5 trillion that they just passed, whatever the fuck it was. Yes, I did a video on that, COVID. You can see that shit. $25 million to Pakistan for transgender research in Pakistan. What the fuck does that have to do with America? And what the fuck does that have to do with COVID? I have no clue. They gave fucking millions of dollars to motherfuckers to go and do research on some kind of fishing shortage over in some other third world country. Right. And all we got was $600. Tell you, you can go back and look at that video.
Direction. Governor steps in, opens things up, and then we face June, July, and August. And then during the fall, things are going in the right direction. Governor steps in, and then November, December, January, things now going in the right direction. Governor steps in. The other thing, and Dr. First, I believe less than 15% of Texans have gotten the vaccine. Less than 15%. The goal is to get up to like 70, 80, 85% for herd immunity. Less than 15. And so until people can get their vaccine, what is the protection? You know, in large part, it's the mask.
That's not fucking true. Why the fuck is he just make the... Do you see what I mean when people just make shit up? I'm just gonna make shit up and just say some shit. That's why I be saying the niggas just love to lie. They do. I'm gonna say it because it just makes what I'm saying true. I think we should all do what I tell y'all to do because I can see the future. Partly, and made my mind. I can just see it. Well, can you prove it? I know. Well, can you show us some facts? I know what's gonna happen. Well, can you tell us? No. But I do know. That's all these motherfuckers are doing.
Cases wearing two, but it's 15%. The goal is to get up to like 70, 80, 85% for herd immunity. Less than 15. And so until people can get their vaccine, what is the protection? You know, in large part, it's the mask. Or in many cases, wearing two. But it's the mask that's providing that level of protection. So just very disappointed.
How is that true when there are cases that are still rising, sir? If everybody's wearing masks and the mask works, then there would be no rise in the cases. The cases would be going, they would have been trending down since we started, but they have not. So therefore, what you're saying, it's literally a lie. You're lying. You're not making a factual statement, sir.
It's a step in the wrong direction. It doesn't make any sense unless the governor is trying to deflect from what happened a little more than 2 weeks ago with the winter storm.
Now he throwing shots. Shots fired.
Statewide system failure, not just by ERCOT and not just by the Public Utility Commission, where they have asked people to resign.
Do you see how the agenda is now at hand? Do you see how quickly, how he tried to make this being about the people and saving lives to now he's talking about the governor and he's talking about the infrastructure now? Sir, my question would be this. What does that have to do with what we're talking about as far as COVID and people's lives? The 5 people that just died today. How are you going to bring that into this? Aren't those 2 separate issues? Now, if you want to talk about it, absolutely can. But why make that part of this conversation? In that case, we should bring up your crime numbers. How you told the criminals to stay home and chill. To cool out. To cool it. What about the effects of that? The people who died and got their shit stolen and got fucked up and got hurt from that. Oh, we won't talk about that though now, will we? No. Because that's on you.
But also state leadership failure on something that was foreseeable and preventable going back to 2011. Okay? When more than 50,000 single-family households in the city of Houston, I believe they've had like busted water pipes and still recovering.
Thanks, Derek. I appreciate
mass food and water distributions. Okay, and so unless the government is trying to deflect from that statewide, system-wide, national embarrassment and system failure, and to have us now just focusing our attention on the statewide mass order.
And here's my thing. I'm just that guy who's just gonna say it. I'm in charge of a city. I'm the mayor of Houston. I would definitely say that Texas is responsible statewide for the infrastructure of the state. Yes, absolutely. Yes. However, I believe as a city official, actually being the man in charge of my city, or if I'm a county official, being one of the people in charge of my county, but if I'm the mayor of my city, I believe it should be a part of my responsibility, part of my agenda, a part of my checks and balances to make sure that my city is ready for this type of disaster too, would it not? Would it not? There's crime all over Texas. Who's responsible for the control of crime in their city? Is it the state or is it the city? There's COVID going on in the state, in the city. Shouldn't there be public health officials in charge of that in the city? Or should they just be listening to the public health officials of the state? See where I'm going with this? So yes, there is shared responsibility here. Do y'all remember a while ago, maybe about 10 years ago, New York had, it was fucked up too. It was New York, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. New York had lost like shit. I want to say like a fourth or half of their fucking city lost fucking water because the water mains ruptured because of the cold. And everybody was trying to figure out, it was something like, I don't know, 100 or something like that, water mains broke. And they were like, man, why the fuck are all these water mains breaking? And the guy who was responsible for maintaining those water mains saying, hey, look here, motherfuckers. 10 years ago, I gave a report to the entire city council, mayor included, saying, hey, you fuck nuts, we need to replace these water mains because they are corroded. They have fucking ran their course. They're no good. They need to be dug up and replaced. And you know what those city officials said? Fuck it. We don't have time or money for that. You can't prove it. 10 years. He said he told them motherfuckers. Here's the report I did saying, hey, look here, guys. We need to start replacing these. Gave your ass 10 years to replace them motherfuckers. And you know what they did? They said, fuck it. Then when the shit started rupturing all over the city because it just got cold enough, just enough times to where the shit went left. And nobody said a goddamn thing about, yeah, the state is at fault for this. Nope. It's your city. It's your responsibility. Y'all remember maybe about 15 years ago when the bridges all around the goddamn country started getting looked at? You know why? Because a fucking couple of bridges started collapsing. They said, hey, why are these goddamn bridges collapsing? Hey, man, we ain't updated the motherfucker in 70, 80 years. That's why. God damn it. Iron and steel eventually will wear the fuck out. Hey, we need to we need to fix this, guys. What we need to do? Well, let's get some engineers out here and start looking at these motherfuckers. And that's what they did. They got engineers from all over, start looking at this shit, start saying, yep, we gotta fix this, we need to put this, made a list, checked it twice. Now we start repairing bridges, the ones that's naughty, and shoring up the ones that's been nice. That's what happened. And you know what? Just as recent, there's a little small town called Flint, Michigan. Yes. You know what happened in Flint, Michigan? 20, 30 years ago, the water went to shit. To the point to where the water filtration plant shut down and they started getting their water from Detroit. And nobody said a goddamn thing. The water was literally brown in Flint. No one gave a shit. And yeah, they were also from Kew Gardens and getting by on Detroit's tits. They started buying the water and piping in the water from Detroit, and even then realized this ain't enough. So what we gonna do? Well, we can choose. We can either treat the water for parasites or treat the water for minerals. Well, people gonna have the shits if we don't treat it for parasites, so let's go ahead and let's treat it for parasites. And that's what they did for years. Until was a white guy from Harvard said, man, do y'all not see this shit? The niggas are slow and dumb than a motherfucker. People dying, people getting cancer, people getting fucked up, and ain't nobody saying nothing? Nope. And what happened? Did them people from Flint say anything? What did they say? The governor ain't helped us. Yeah, we tried to say something. The person who was in charge of the water filtration plant said, hey, I told them. They said we can either get with this or we can get with that. And you know what they did with that guy? They said, yeah, it's all this water filtration guy's fault. And then they went and put that guy in charge of the schools in Detroit. Follow on this sword, man. Everybody in the country started shipping a bunch of water up to fucking Flint, Michigan, to the point to where they had to stop because it was such an influx of water bottles that went there that the plastic bottles became a problem. See what I mean? About doing something that don't fucking work. And then doing something, you know something doesn't work, and then you just double down on stupid to say, well, you doing something. That's what this is. Mask our water bottles going to Flint. How about that? Why not say, hey, instead of us sending all this goddamn money to foreign aid over to fucking all of these foreign countries, why don't we take some of that money and redo the fucking water filtration plant in Flint, Michigan? Nope. Ain't nothing there but a bunch of broke niggas. Ain't no industry or nothing there. Fuck that. That's what happens. And now it's not a thing. And that water's still fucked up. How about that? Y'all do know that, right? They rode the wave. Yeah, you know, it's hot right now in Flint. You know, we keep it quiet for a minute. But shit, you know, eventually this shit, you know. Yeah, you know, yeah, you just gotta ride it out, man. You know, everybody talking about us right now and shit. Fucked up out here, but you know. Got a new governor and everything. Still fucked up out there. Where the federal funds for that? What did somebody just put in the chat? But they'll spend $414 million on what? What? Abortion. Where the baby resides. Where the babies reside. Where the baby resides. What? What? Where the babies reside. Where the babies reside. Where the babies reside. They'll spend money on killing babies, but won't even take half of that and say, hey, let's put this towards this fucked up shit in Flint, man. Why not, if I'm the president, tell my fucking 52 fucking governors or 51, God, how many of those fuckers it is? Hey, you assholes, look at your fucking infrastructure. We're going to have a governor's conference, and I want you motherfuckers to come and tell me what the fuck is wrong with y'all shit on a large scale in your state. New Orleans, you need some levees? Okay, I'll put that on the wish list. Flint, you need some water? We'll put that on the wish list. Illinois, you need some bridges? We'll put that on the wish list. Texas, you need a fucking wall? We'll put that on the wish list. Then you take that wish list and say, hey, here's what I can do for this one. Here's what I can do for that one. I can put some money towards this. Here, I can put some money towards that. I know them levies ain't fixed. It's just not a hot topic no more. Like hot pockets. Same shit. It's gone. It come and go that fast. Hot topics. Here it is. It's gone. We more concerned about Trump being a racist than we are about motherfuckers in Flint having water. That's a fact. Just saying. Where do our priorities reside? Where priorities reside? Where priorities reside? Where priorities reside? Huh? Or what? Where priorities reside? Where priorities reside? Where priorities reside? Where priorities reside? So when people tell you, when you hear us coons and conservatives and all that shit tell you, man, them motherfucking Democrats don't give a shit about y'all. If you notice, most of the states where that shit is fucked up at, it's fucked up there. Yeah. Look at the schools in Detroit. They were literally fucking falling apart, like rusting out, to the point to where in the school, inside, mushrooms were growing up through the tiles. You know how schools got the double doors you push open, boof, and those two doors open. You know that middle pipe that's in the middle? Those had rusted out to the point to where the doors wouldn't lock anymore because that piece had rotted out and it was just opening and closing. The doors were just open. They couldn't lock the school. Yeah. When you look and talk about, hey, look at these motherfucking places that's struggling, these places that's fucked up, they're Democrat-ran cities, and the motherfuckers are mismanaging the money. They're spending money on everything else than actual infrastructure and the people that actually are doing something to fix shit. We can find $414 million for abortion, but ain't gonna replace the goddamn water mains? Are you fucking kidding me? We're not gonna fix the bridges. We're not gonna fix the water filtration plant because we're gonna put $414 million towards abortion?
It's failure to lead on both fronts, and it's disappointing and it's disheartening, and it will have an impact on creating confusion in terms of getting people to move and continue to move in the right direction.
And here's another fun fact. Well,
so let me yield at this point, and I yield to Dr. Persh.
Thank you, Mayor. And like the Mayor, I'm at a bit of a loss for words. I just want to hit on a couple of things. One is, over this past year, if this virus has taught us anything, it's taught us that this virus adheres to no rules.
Exactly, which means the masks don't work.
When we think about the cold virus that we've all had, it pretty much gets in your nose.
Oh, he's saying he's had it. We've all had it. How's that? And I know you wearing a mask every day. You probably wearing a mask to bed. You probably kissing your wife through the mask. Can't take the mask off, honey. Good night. Actually, put this extra mask on. It's a sleeping mask.
Maybe in your mouth, but it just affects the nose and the mouth. Flu.
He said it just affects the nose and the mouth, but you can get it through your eyes. Ain't nobody covering their eyes. So that means you're still getting it. So that means it still spreads. Wow.
It'll get in your lungs. People die from the flu every year. Makes your muscles ache, but pretty much it's just in your lungs and your throat, and it stays there. This virus attacks every organ system, the brain, the heart, the kidneys, the intestines, the skin. And if it's taught us anything else over this past year, it's that anytime we give it an opportunity to rear its ugly head, it will absolutely take that opportunity. It has done it every single time. If there's anything it's been consistent about, it's been that. And so, in the wake of the governor's order, which will go into effect next week, I would like to urge Houstonians that just because the governor no longer has the mandate, that doesn't mean that we can't step up and fill the void and behave the way that we know slows this virus down. You can still wear masks. You can still avoid crowded places. You can still, for the businesses that are going to go to 100%, you can vote with your feet as to whether or not you want to go there. Remember, the person, if you become infected, and let's remember that somewhere in the neighborhood of 40% of the people who are infected have no symptoms, have no idea that they're spreading it. This is why when we as a community, with the leadership at the state level, it's mask mandates and occupancy rules, that's why we're able to have some control, because otherwise, with 40% of the people having no idea that they're spreading the virus will take advantage of that opportunity. And I'll just close with one thing. Remember that if you're infected and you're spreading the virus, the person you are single most likely to spread it to is a member of your very own family.
And we've known that for how long? This is why this makes no sense. We've known this. Everybody knows it. It's known. It's with any virus. This isn't a secret. This is not a secret. It's the same thing with the cold. It's the same thing with the flu. It's the same thing with H1N1. It's the same thing with COVID. It's the same thing with pneumonia. It's the same principle. It's the virus principle. Oh. It's the same shit. Why is this like, this isn't revolutionary fucking discovery here we're having. It's the same exact thing. So like he said, he answered his own question. He solved his own problem. Stay your ass inside or choose to wear your mask or not. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. Why are we overcomplicating this? This makes no sense. Right, it's the same thing with anything. Everybody knows fast food is not good for you and can lead to health issues, which can cause your death, your demise, at an untimely demise. Everybody knows that smoking cigarettes causes cancer, causes heart issues, causes lung issues, and will shorten your life. It stunts your growth, shortens your life, everything. Everybody knows this. But you can still go and buy cigarettes. You can still go and eat fast food. Just saying. It's the same thing. People have a choice. People know that having unprotected sex can give you STDs, some that you cannot get rid of, and some that can kill you. People still have it, don't they? There's no condom mandate in the world, in the country, in the state, in the city. You still have a choice. Even when HIV was at its height as far as mortality, killing motherfuckers left and right in the 80s and 90s, people still had a choice. That's all they're talking about here. That's all this government thing, this governor move is. It's just giving people a choice. You still want to have masks in your restaurant? Fine. You still want to wear a mask in the store when you go out shopping? No problem. I should have a choice just like anybody else with anything else. Just like I get to choose to smoke cigarettes or not, I should get to choose if I wear a mask or not. Just like when people smoke outside. People who are smoking outside can technically give me cancer based on secondhand smoke because I'm outside too. What could I do to prevent it? I could wear a mask. Or better yet, I could stay my black ass in the house. That way, ain't no smoke getting around me. It's a choice. It's a right. I should have the ability to choose what it is that I expose myself to in the world. Period. I can go to Africa and expose myself to all kind of shit. Not just viruses and stuff, but to violence. I can go to Mexico and get caught up or fucking kidnapped by the cartel. It's my own choice, though, isn't it? Goddamn government ain't coming to look for me. They're not sending the FBI. They're not sending the Navy SEALs to come save me. It's my choice. Just like they got rules and shit in Dubai. You can choose to go there or choose not to. Just saying. It's my choice. That's all. And that's exactly how we should have been from the beginning. You tell us the facts, you give us the science, and you let us choose. You want to buy guns? Hey, go ahead. Have as many as you want. You want to buy cars? Go ahead. Buy as many as you want. You want to buy shoes? Go ahead. Buy as many as you want. Ain't nobody trying to govern that shit. You can only wear one pair of shoes at a time now. So because you can only wear one pair of shoes at a time, and the average person goes through shoes maybe a pair every 3 months, then you can only buy one pair of shoes per month. That other money that you have should be used for other things. Taking care of other people, helping those who don't have shoes. You not buying more than one pair of shoes per month, it not only helps you, but it helps me. Because now it gives me an option to have more options towards other pairs of shoes. Do you see how this shit can get out of hand? You not buying cigarettes helps me because then you won't be smoking, not even outside, which can help save my life and yours. You not eating McDonald's can help you and help me because you're not getting fat, because you're not getting overweight, because you're not getting morbidly obese, because your pressure's not going up, because you're not going into the hospital, and because you don't have insurance. I won't have to pay for you to go to the hospital and to get care out of my funds that I have to pay called taxes. Yes, this is entry-level socialism and communism, which we've all seen time and time again doesn't work and only puts the elite at an even higher status. It creates an even more terrible caste system. And I'll end it with this. Here's another bit of logic for you. If we're so concerned about COVID cases, if we are so concerned about COVID deaths, if we are so concerned about the pandemic, tell me why on God's green earth would our president be advocating for undocumented, unvaccinated, untested immigrants to come into our country for free 99? Shall I repeat that? As Reggie would say, shall I get him? If we are so concerned about COVID deaths, we are so concerned about COVID cases, we are so concerned about this global pandemic, why would our commander-in-chief be enacting legislation, putting in executive orders to allow undocumented, unvaccinated, and untested immigrants into our country? You heard him say it out of his mouth himself. Today, we could take 2 million people into our country, just like that. Why would he be okay with doing it? And here's an even bigger question. Why are you okay with it? Why isn't that on top of your Facebook post? Why isn't that at the top of your Instagram post? Why isn't that on your Parler? Why isn't that on your, oh, they took Parler down, I'm sorry. Why isn't that on your TikTok? Why would you want to allow millions of people to come into our country that will take up hospital beds, that will take up COVID tests, and inevitably will take up COVID vaccinations, because they vaccinating you no matter if you got documentation or not. You don't have to be a legal, documented legal citizen in order to get a vaccine. Why would you do that? Oh, Parley is back up. Okay. Why would you do that when you have born and bred Americans here that haven't gotten to those resources yet, that don't have access to those resources yet? The black folks that don't have access to those resources yet, the minorities that don't have access to those resources yet, the elderly who don't have access to those resources yet, the people that sacrificed, the people that are on the front lines, the nurses, the doctors, the officers. Why would you allow that? Why would you be pushing that now? And those people will take those resources away from the very people who voted you into office. Legally or illegally, don't matter. And why would the people who voted for you be okay with allowing these people to come here to take advantage of those resources while putting the born citizens of this country at a disadvantage? I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I hope that people will start to understand that Let's just use some common sense. Let's just use some logic. Let's take some facts and some truth and ask the right questions. The breadcrumbs are there, just like in iRobot. You just have to ask the right questions. The breadcrumbs are there. You just have to ask the right questions. That's it. That's all. Ask the right questions. Look at the facts. I know you're afraid. I know you're scared. But you still have to live. So why live on your knees in fear when you can stand for truth and ask the right questions? That's all. I don't care who you voted for. I don't give a shit what party you support. But when someone shows you common sense, when someone shows you facts and tells you the truth, why do you hate that person? Was that Todd Wagner that said, the truth sounds like hate to those that hate the truth? Why do you hate the truth? Why do you want to be lied to? Why do you want to be made to be filled? Why do you want to be made to feel good by people who care nothing about you, but will lie to you and tell you that they do? All the while, they're giving you the short end of the stick. They're putting you at a disadvantage. And not only are you voting for it, you're loving them for it. You're getting t-shirts that says Chucks and Pearls. You're walking around talking about my vice president is black, while your vice president is saying everything but that. You're walking around saying your vice president is black, and the majority of the people that your vice president has on her team are not. But you say nothing, you post nothing, and you act like it's all good by wearing some Chuck Taylors and some pearls. That's a fact. That's the truth. And now you hate me for it because I've said it. Thank you to everybody that clicked the like button. Thank you to everybody that clicked the subscribe button. If this is your first time watching me, leave me your comments. If this ain't your first time watching me, leave me some comments and let me know what you think. I know everybody don't like what it is that I have to say, but just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not true. I know that you may not like things, may not like the way I'm saying what it is that I'm saying. But if it's true, why do you hate me for it? Why do you want to call me names because of it? Because all I'm doing is telling the truth and asking a question. Yeah. Shout out to my man Bolo who donated $5 to your boy. Thank you so much. Shout out to April Jones who donated $5 to your boy. Appreciate you. Shout out to my man Sylvester Peterson. Hit your boy up. He said, love the show, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And shout out to Covette Shamad. Appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. And shout out to my man Derek J who hit your boy up with $100. That's what's up. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. And let's hit this PayPal and we're going to get on up out of here. And I'm right at a little bit over 2 hours. All right. That's all right. That's all right. All right. Let's see who we got over here on the PayPal side. My man Oganda Smith hit your boy with $20. That's what's up. My man Kevin Nelson hit your boy with $5. I appreciate y'all. And my man Colonel Davidson hit your boy up with $2.57. He said, here's a little something. Salute. Hey, man, I appreciate every piece of a penny, a dollar, a dime, all the sacrifices. I thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. Please let me know what you think now after the show. If it's mask on or mask off, is it right or is it wrong for Texas to do what it is that they're doing? I say it's right. And I say we should all have a choice. And I hope that other states follow this as well. We will never be back to what it was, but we should try to get as close to it as we possibly can. Change is inevitable, but we should change using truth, logic, science, and we should change doing what's best for everyone as opposed to doing what the select few think is best for themselves. How about that? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Until next time, here I is. Let's giddy up and let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
I don't ever remember feeling like this.
Congratulations,
but I'm out here in these YouTube streets.
I see you.
So I want you to get your fingers. I don't know what you're doing. I want you to get your mouse.
Right. Hashtag mask.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship we have. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. And subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then
shout out to all my mods. Thank you guys so much.
I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things. You know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, and subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that done click the link, that done click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' grow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you had a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you, telling you.
All right, y'all. Peace.